Hey guys, welcome to Cutting Edge EDC. If you're joining us for the first time, go ahead and subscribe, drop us a like, and leave us a comment on this video. If you're not joining us for the first time, thank you for coming back. We appreciate all of the support. Now stay tuned, because we're going to talk about some knives. Hey guys, today we're taking a look at the Spyderco Gayle Bradley 2. And I want to thank Eric over at Blade Barn for sending this one to me. There's a link in the description. There are two links, one to his website and the other to his YouTube channel. If you want the best possible deal from Eric, be sure to go check out his YouTube channel. His phone number is listed there. You can give him a call and he will make a deal with you over the phone. And it may be a better deal than you can find on the website. So be sure to go check that out. Let's take a look at a couple of the specs on this knife before we get into it. We'll get a length measurement first. We're looking at 3.6 inches on the blade and 4.8 inches on the handle. Overall length is 8.4 inches. Wish those numbers were a little better rounded. I don't like doing math or having to look at the tape measure that closely. Let's get a weight on this. We're looking at 4.5 ounces. And for blade stock, we have got 120 thousandths of an inch. For hardware, we do have a T8 for the pivot, and unfortunately T6s for everything else. If you've watched the rest of my videos, you know how I feel about the T6s. I don't love them, and I will keep harping on that forever. But anyways, we've got T6s, a really nice looking pocket clip. I like the finish on that pocket clip. A nice feature, you can put the pocket clip wherever you want to. So if you like to carry your knife in kind of an awkward position, you're welcome to do so. We do have carbon fiber, kind of this nice sort of old school twill carbon fiber on the handle, scales on both sides. We have a steel liner, we've got a liner lock, and a really nice hollow ground blade in CPM M4. And that hollow grind really is nicely done. I love that. I think it looks nice, and just as far as edge geometry goes, that's going to create a really nice edge there that you can work with. Okay, let's get into it. What do I want to talk about with this knife? First of all, it's a very simple knife. There's not a lot going on that's flashy or overly intricate. It's just a very simple, nicely made design with high quality materials. You've got the carbon fiber, which is going to be kind of the flashiest part of this knife, is that carbon fiber. And even so, like I said, it's that kind of old school twill carbon fiber. It does have a nice texture to it. I'll grab this is plastic, so it's not going to scratch it up, but you can hear there's a nice texture to that carbon fiber, which I really do like. But as far as aesthetics go, fairly subtle. The blade itself it's nice. It's well done. Really nice curve to this knife. The design flows well, but again, it's just not that flashy, which is fine by me. This knife really does feel like it was designed to be a tool, which makes complete sense when it comes to a knife. I will say this is a little more elegant, a little more, let me think of the right way to put it. It looks a little more finished than the Gayle Bradley 1 Spyderco. So I do think that it's a little bit more refined as a design than the first one, and it makes sense that they came back and did a second one and did it better. Why wouldn't you? So I do like the design overall. I almost purchased this knife from Eric when he sent it to me because I liked it so much. It's not something that it's not going to go up on the shelf with some of the more collectible knives I have. But as far as a knife goes to be used as a tool, this thing feels absolutely incredible. The weight in your hand, the ergonomics, and that blade shape. Everything about this knife says that it was made to be used. And you've got CPM M4 steel with that nice hollow grind. So for EDC tasks, for everyday kind of stuff, I mean, I think this is an excellent design. And I think that it, you know, if I know Spyderco as well as I do, as well as I think I do anyways, this heat treat on this blade is going to be absolutely top notch, and that M4 is going to perform really well, especially with that hollow grind. So really nothing to complain about on that front. It is made in Taiwan. It's not American made. Of course, I prefer them to be American made, but Taiwan does a great job with all the Spyderco stuff that I've seen from Taiwan, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. There is one gripe in particular that I have with this knife, and that is the lock bar. It just feels a little bit unfinished. Like the rest of the knife is super solid, very sturdy, feels refined, finished, and then you get to the lock bar when you go to disengage the blade, and it just feels a little bit chintzy. It's not great. It's a little bit uncomfortable on your thumb when you're pushing on it, and then it interferes with this scale in such a way that when you disengage the blade, it pinches your thumb. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it pinches your thumb right there between the lock bar and the scale. So, you know, that's not going to be a deal breaker for me on a knife, but that is a little bit of an inconvenience. And, you know, at the price point that it's at, it's not a real expensive knife, but at least on the Blade Barn website, this is listed at $199. So it's not what I would call a budget knife. I'd expect something like the lock bar, which you do have to use every single time you close the knife. I would expect something like that to be just a little more attention to detail there. Would have gone a long way, because that does stand out to me as sort of an annoyance. Other than that, the action is fine. You can reverse flick this. I just did, well, now I can't do it because I got the yips. You can reverse flick it. You can flick it open with your thumb. It is definitely not drop shut at all. You can whack it and get it to shut. The detent is a little bit weak. Overall, the action is okay. And again, if you're using this as a tool, that's not going to be a problem. Now, I like to fidget with my knives a lot, and so this does not pass the fidget test. Just happen to have the Shaman sitting on the table over here, and the Shaman definitely passes the fidget test. Also from Spyderco, of course, and it is just a lot of fun to mess around with. Not the case with the Gayle Bradley 2. Again, this just seems like a really well-made tool. A fairly elegant tool, nicely designed, and it's an attractive knife. It's not bad to look at, but at the end of the day, this to me is a well-made tool rather than something that I would add to my collection for the typical reasons that I add a knife to my collection. Cool factor, fidget factor, you know, really sort of more collectible materials. It's, you know, fairly basic, fairly simple, and that makes for a really good tool. So I would say that this is really an EDC choice, and it would be a good one. Anyways, if you want to pick this up from Blade Barn, you can do so. And like I said at the beginning of the video, go check out Eric's YouTube channel and give him a call. Call him about the Gayle Bradley 2. He would be stoked about that. That is all I have got for today on this knife. Be sure to check back with us. We will be coming out with some more videos soon, hopefully a little closer together than the past couple of videos have been. We will see you then. Have a good one.